have a moderator over there too. Okay, didn't know that. So we are live on YouTube, on Facebook, my Facebook page, and on TikTok right now. I could add Instagram in there, but that means I'd have to have another phone, and that's 3. So I want to say welcome to the live. For those of you who don't know, my name is Dr. Elisabeth Princeton, and I come on here to talk about health and relationships. And you can hear music in the background right now. And you know anything about me, I'm holistic. Reverse multiple sclerosis 28 years ago. It puts me on a holistic path. So this is frequencies that you're hearing. And I did a voiceover of my voice, and it came back to give me the frequencies that my body needed from me right now at this time. It's amazing, just from your voice, the frequencies that you put out. Fear, worry, doubt, the universe picks up on it, right? So you think your thoughts are what you're thinking, you create that reality in your body and in your space from your thoughts. But then what are your words that you're choosing to use? What is the tone that you're using? What is the vibration that's coming from the words that you're choosing to use, but also the energetic flow from it? So I have this playing in the background. It is something that I am considering integrating into my practice with my clients. So I use it in the background. I want to let you know I can tell a difference in my nervous system after it plays over and over and over and over again. So it's Happy Friday. John Maddox is in the house. Who else is in the house? James is here. James, where are you from? John, aren't you in Vegas? Max, thanks for sharing the live, my friend. Where are you from? Thanks for following. Okay, we have to go to here and get this all set up so that when you guys share the live, I can actually celebrate, that's not it, that you guys are sharing the live. And if you're not on here and you haven't followed me before, want to say welcome to the live. I come on here to talk about health and relationships. You'll see a lot of my platform talking about relationships, because when people come and talk to me about relationships, guess what? About the 4th session in, we realize they have health issues. And then when people come and talk to me about health issues, we realize about the 4th session in that guess what? They are actually in relationships that aren't serving them well. So we are vibrational attractiveness. So what's in your space that's not in alignment with who you're created to be? And at the end of the day, do you know who you're created to be? Hi, my friends on YouTube. How are you? Welcome to the live. First live I've ever done. Ahmad, my friend, welcome. Azad, how are you, my friend? I know that some of the people that work with me on my web and stuff are on my YouTube. They're from all over. So welcome to the live, you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. If you have questions during the live, please, I can't figure out where it is. Draw and guess, lightning, a paper. I can't remember where to go ahead and do, oh, it's enhance. Here we go, sound effects. Okay, so this is for people that subscribe to the channel. And this, for those of you who please share the live, thank you. And this is what I love the most. When was the last time you laughed today? You know, if you're not laughing, I want to let you know, one of the best ways to help you heal is to start watching things that bring humor and are fun. A lot of times we get sick and we have health issues and relationship issues because we have no fun in our life. And I can't remember the last time, when was the last time you like really laughed? Like literally you peed your pants. Those are the moments that we need more of, especially in today's society with everything going hell in a handbasket. So I'm going on here, and my girl Gigi's in the house on TikTok. If you haven't followed her, please do so. She is my moderator. She comes on here and protects me from all the people that are in here. Let's see, what does it say? Do you know why orphans? Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, you can go over there and follow me right now. We're live Also on my Facebook page, Dr. Elisabeth Princeton. I am on live there right now. I haven't been live on Facebook since I lived in a third world country. So welcome to the live, you guys. If you have questions about your health, hi Keith, how are you? Hi Richie, how are you? My BFF is in the house. How's my BFF? I don't know what I had. I invited someone to the live, but I didn't mean to send that. So I love it. You want to ask what my PhD is in? I have something I can show you that I just got out of my storage unit. You guys can see I'm working on my storage unit right now. And I can actually show you what my PhD is. And I've actually been thinking about getting out my outfit and hanging it up in my room, because there's something about when you actually wear a gown when you receive a doctorate. It's amazing the internal feeling that shifts and occurs in you. Just like when ladies come and work with me, I encourage them to buy a crown, because when we actually step into our queenly state, we actually act different. And it's amazing when we realize that we have been abusing our bodies, abusing our thoughts, because we aren't standing in who we're created to be. So great question. I'm going to show you right now, because I have it. And it's such an honor, you guys. It is such an honor. There's my degree. I get chill bumps every time I look at it. And there it is. You know, pretty freaking amazing. It took me almost losing my life in order to get this. And so then you guys will also see, I posted this on all my social media channels. This is my certificate with Gerson Institute. I've been with Gerson for 30 years before Charlotte Gerson passed. And then here is some of my training. This has to do with transactional analysis and androgynous semantic realignment. So what the heck does that mean? You know, the words that you're choosing to use each and every day that's making you small? Well, yeah, I actually got a certificate in that to help people, and also in regards to working on my own life. So there you guys have it there. I'm actually going to put it up in my room. I'm going to figure out how to put it up in my room. But when you get something so amazing and your name gets called as Dr. Elisabeth Princeton or whatever your name is, it is just mind-boggling. So there's my doctorate. So happy Friday to you guys. What I wanted to do is share a little bit about today, a little bit different than what we usually talk about. So I talk about health and relationships a lot, but I'm transcending that with my practice. And I always transcend it, but I don't usually do it on my social media platform, because people come to me for issues. I have health issues and I have relationship issues. But when they come and work with me, we transcend the problems that they're having, the space that they're choosing to be in, as we begin to look at who they've been being, which is the world of ontology, and who they're stepping into becoming. And a lot of people don't know who they're stepping into becoming. In fact, they don't even know who they are. So one of the reasons why we have health issues and relationship issues is because we're living a lie. We're living a version of ourselves that we were never meant to be. And we have been conditioned to a way of being because of past traumas or things that have happened to us, relationships that we've been in that haven't served us well, the way society has molded us, the way religion has taught us and molded us. And so we have this all indoctrinated us before we're 12 years of age. And before 12 years of age, we're very impressionable. When we're 12 years of age, it shows that the brain actually starts becoming analytical, and that's when you begin to question things. I can look at my own life, and at 14 years of age, I said, if this is what God, Christianity, family is about, I want nothing to do with it, which is why I began to be a truth seeker. So I was a little bit of a late bloomer, okay? Maybe it should have been 12 for me, but it was 14 years of age. And then I was told that I was a rebel because I was questioning every damn thing that I was taught and indoctrinated with. That was the beautiful thing. But what happens then is we began to lose a life that we knew, and it's scary. It takes courage to begin to create the life that you feel you were designed and created for, and step into being a person that you were never taught to be, but yet you were created to be, and that there's a distinction. We have instincts and intuition for a reason that God gave us. And how often we don't listen to it. We listen to what everybody else tells us to do or what we've been taught to do, and then we wonder why we have health issues and relationship issues. It's amazing in working with people who are having affairs, or their spouse is having an affair, or something's happened to them, and instead of stopping going, this doesn't work for me, they have moved forward and continued with it, and then wonder why their life has become a shit show. Intuitively they knew, but they chose not to step into that. And so look at your own life. Where intuitively do you know something's not right, but you're choosing to do it anyway? And how is that affecting your entire space, your way of being, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions? See, when we go back into alignment with who we're created to be, discover who we're created to be, our health improves, our relationships improve. In fact, our whole circle improves. I know this, I have walked this. I reversed multiple sclerosis 28 years ago, and it put me on a holistic path. 28 years ago, I was a doormat. I was to be seen and not heard. That was drilled in me my whole life. I was to be a beauty queen. I didn't want to be objectified anymore. I didn't want to do what my mother wanted me to do because I was objectified. I didn't like it. I wanted to be the smart one. I didn't care about being pretty. Give me a book. Okay, yes, I want to wear a gown, but I don't want to be objectified by men or society. So many women, okay, become this way because of how we are raised. And it takes us finally going, oh my goodness, no wonder men are treating us this way. The world is treating us this way because we have been groomed this way. So it really takes us looking at our life honestly going, oh my goodness, we're an adult now. We don't have to adopt this way of being that we have been told. And so this is where courage steps in, and this is how I reversed my life from multiple sclerosis 28 years ago, going against every medical doctor, my family, my friends, and I chose to dare to believe in what I can't see, to watch the miracles occur. And in doing so, that is how I healed my life. So God has brought mentors along the way my entire life, but also brought me many guides in regards to books and podcasts and things like that. And I help people when they come and work with me. They come and work with me with a presenting problem, but I elevate them past their problem to see that there is the foundation of their life that's not working, which is why their problems are the way that their problems are. I help them transcend who they've been being and step into becoming the person they're created to be. And in that space, life becomes easy and effortless. They start listening to their intuition and instincts in ways that they have actually not been in alignment with or listened to because of past traumas and the like. So one of the things I want to start with is there's a book that I read a lot of. It's called The Course of Miracles. If you haven't read it and you don't have it, it's a quite large book, okay? And it is part of my life. Being in the Christian culture, a lot of my friends don't look down on it, which is totally fine. My relationship with God and their relationship with God is totally different. But I want to start out with one of the things it says here today on the live, because it really strikes in regards to what I teach and how I lead and guide people to step into their truth. So it says, you are on earth, have no conception of limitlessness, for the world you seem to live in is a world of limits. Think about that for a moment. Do you see the world as limitless, or do you see the world as full of a whole bunch of limitations? Do you see yourself as limitless, or do you see your whole life as nothing but a whole bunch of roadblocks and that you're limited? Do you create endless possibilities for your life and for your future, or do you say, no, this is what's been given me, and this is what I got, and this is what I'm dealing with? See, when we step into limited thinking and limited ways of being, we aren't in alignment with our higher self, because we are created to create, and we are greater than anything in our entire space, including the herbs that many of you are attached to taking each and every day. Your energetic vibe is higher than any herb. And this is why I tell people, you can go and get stuck on herbs and supplements just as people do on the medical field, because you don't see your worth and value, and your vibration for your life and living is low. Because when you realize who you are and who you're created to be, your vibration rises, and therefore the pH level changes in your body. Your body begins to heal in ways it's never been able to heal before. Behind every disease and illness is an emotional charge. What is the emotional charge that you're holding on to? And one of it is your way of thinking, your belief system that I am limited instead of you being limitless. Women get stuck in situations, and so do men. Why? With people who are married. Why? Limited thinking. Low self-worth, low value, this is all I deserve, this is must all there be to life. And they've created a fantasy about a relationship, a life, and a future. And that's all it is a fantasy. And when they come and work with me, they break it down and go, oh my goodness, I'm not living in reality. No, you've created a fairy tale. And what happens, it begins to break down your entire space and world to where you can't even be truthful and honest with those even the closest to you. Because if they did, what would they think of you? How do you feel? A lot of shame and a lot of guilt. What does that shame and that guilt do to you? It makes you small. It allows diseases and everything to grow inside of you. So as I go back to the Course of Miracles, you on earth have no conception of limitless, nor the world you seem to live in is a world of limits. In this world, it is not true that anything without order or difficulty can occur. The miracle, therefore, has a unique function and is motivated by a unique teacher. I love this. Who brings the laws of another world into this one. The miracle is the one thing you can do that transcends order, being based on differences, but on equality. Miracles are not in competition, and the number you can do is limitless. They can be simultaneously, and this is not difficult to understand once you can see them as possible at all times. Everything is possible if you dare to believe in what you can't see and watch the miracles occur. So where in your life are you choosing to be limited, and therefore it's causing you to have health issues and relationship issues? It's only when we step into our greatness that we change. And so this is why I work with people like, who are you choosing to be? What are you choosing to believe about yourself? What has been told you, and so you've made your declaration, this is who I am, and this must be my life, and it's really not at all, and you're living a lie. How many of y'all are in relationships and you're faking it? You're not really loving the person, but you actually don't even love yourself, so you're trying to love someone, and you want to blame that you have relationship issues, when at the end of the day, it's not a relationship issue, it's a breakdown of you and yourself, because you don't like yourself, much less love yourself. You don't like or love yourself, how can you love someone or like someone else? You can't. And that's why when people are having marriage issues, I say, come and work with me. Because when we work on you, guess what? It's amazing the game changer that happens in the relationship. Ladies, it's time for us to step into our femininity. Men, it's time for you to get your balls back and step into your masculinity. This is part of who you're created to be. I talked with somebody last night, and next to me, 43 years old, never been married. 3 of us said, dude, what's your problem? No joke. He says, I don't have a problem, I just haven't found anybody. So I sat there and I said, okay, I'll be open and available to listen and discover why he's so single. One of the most boring human beings I think I've ever sat next to, number one. No skills, no trades. Said, so, do you go? Nope. Never even held one. I said, oh, okay, so do you go? Do you know how to use a bow? No. Have you ever worked on your car? No. Have you ever helped build a house or anything? No, I thought to myself, if World War III actually does come, he would not be someone I would want standing next to me because I would be having to protect his ass. And I am a feminine woman from South Carolina, but we're taught skills. Men are taught skills back there. And I said to him at the end, I said, there's one reason why you're single. I don't feel safe by you. I wouldn't feel protected by you. You have no skills. What are you doing to step into your masculine strength to protect all women and children? Well, I make money. Well, dude, that can come and go. Whippy-doo. When a war comes, it's not going to be about your money. It's going to be about your skills. So this is what I help people do, is step into being in alignment with who they're created to be. Men were created as protectors, as hunters. Ladies, you're created for relationships, to be open and available, to call out a man, to be receptive, to be lovely, kind, and gracious, not ball busting, not badasses. These women that say, well, I'm a badass, and what's the other thing that women say? There's another word, and I'm trying to think of what it is right now, but it's not attractive when women say that. That's actually a turnoff for masculine energy. And it's women going back into alignment with their vulnerability, their openness, their receptiveness, and stop getting to the point of exhaustion and start stepping into being. And when you step into being, you call to you what you want in your space that's in alignment with your higher self. So what's in alignment with your higher self, and how are you living out each and every day? And if you're not, what is standing in the way? And how many of y'all are compromising relationships just to have a relationship, especially as the holidays are coming? And actually, at the end of the day, it's depleting your energetic field and your vibe. And it's causing you health issues. Maybe it's causing you to compromise. So, they say boss babe. I hate that name. I hate that name. Yes. I don't like it. I don't want to be a boss babe. Don't. I have a passion. That's what I have. I love helping people. That's what I'm called to do. I just happen to be an entrepreneur. But, at the end of the day, I don't like it. Okay, so here we go. Jackson's in the house. GMA is in the house. Viking King's in the house. We are on, by the way, YouTube right now, and we're on Facebook. It looks like I'm going to have someone help me out with my algorithms on my Facebook. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that, Gigi. I have not been following comments on here. Viking King! Thank you so much for that, Viking King. There we go. That's what you can do on TikTok. And just let you know, if you're text messaging me right now while I'm here, I can't see my text messages because I'm on live on Facebook on one. On my Android, I'm on YouTube. And then on one of my iPads, I'm on TikTok right now. I have another iPad I can get out, but I just don't know how my whole contraption is going to be set up here. So this is the most lives I've done at one time, just let you guys know. So if you're on here, I'm going to say welcome to the live. We are talking about being in alignment with our higher self and calling to them what their heart's desires, and looking at ways of being that one has become due to past traumas, indoctrination, religion, and the whole 9 yards, and how that's not in alignment with your higher self. So I have a book out right here called The Course of Miracles. This is a manual, okay? I've had this book in my space for 20 years. I am not one to read it all the way through. I'll have highlighted different sections, but it's wild today. I said I'm going to open it up and see where it lands today. And it talks about the equal blessing of the miracle. That is what I was reading from earlier today in regards to how are you choosing to live a life that's limited instead of limitless? And then what possibilities are you creating for your life and for your future? Because you can, if you so choose. This is why I say there is another way. When I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 28 years ago. They gave me a medical manual and said, this is going to be your new life. Basically, I was going to walk anymore. I was going to have a cane. I was going to end up in a wheelchair, and I was going to pass early. And I handed it back and said, I don't believe this, and I believe that there's another way. And I told my husband at that time, I said, I don't know what I'm doing. You might want to divorce me now, but I'm not doing any of this. He didn't support me. My family doesn't support me. My only people that supported me were the crazy people back then, 28 years ago, a long time, that got me into cryotherapy, that got me into saunas, that got me doing herbs and tinctures like Mrs. Rogers Hood here is, okay? So Mrs. Rogers Hood, I'll be on her live on Monday, I believe. Met her a couple weeks ago in Marina Del Rey. They just put up a billboard, you guys, in Times Square in regard to this. She was deathly sick because of worms, and she put together her own protocol and put it in a system for you guys for parasites, worms, and candidas. So, you know, I did all that years and years and years and years ago when it was not a fad. It was not the thing to do. The cleansing drink, I juiced 9 times a day. And then I realized, oh my goodness, I'm doing and doing and doing and doing and doing, and there's got to be something more. And I had to look at the energetic vibe behind my disease and illness, which I was a doormat. I was to be seen and not heard. I was my husband would say jump, I would go how high? No self-worth, no value. A lot of that is my Southern upbringing, how I was raised. I'm very feminine. I don't pursue men. It's hard for men out here on the West Coast, but old-fashioned, I guess you could say. But I want to let you know, you know, I was raised with, you know, basically the thumb on me, was to do what I was told when I was told. I wasn't allowed to have my own opinion. And that overplayed into my own marriage. My husband said he was smarter than me, and you know, the whole 9 yards. You can go through the whole list of things. So why did I have multiple sclerosis? There was a reason why I had it. There was an emotional charge behind my disease and illness. And when I looked at that, I began to heal. And I remember the first time I shared it with a client the other day that I spoke up for the first time. And my husband, like usual, shot me down. And I just I worked on it, and I said, oh my goodness, this isn't okay. And there was a drill there at the house, and I spoke up again, and he wasn't listening to me. I took the drill and threw it. It scared the shit out of me, because I was raised in an abusive home, and I didn't want to be like my father. I was like, what? But that was the moment I began to speak. So when I help people, like women, for you to begin speaking and having a voice and opinion, at first it feels like, oh my gosh, this is so wrong. I broke down and cried. I asked for forgiveness, and I went to my therapist. She goes, oh, there's no apology here. You're actually going to go have a glass of wine because you just then made a move that you're going to start speaking. And that was the moment I started speaking, and I was 26 years of age, you guys, when I finally realized my voice matters and that I'm allowed to have an opinion. And so this is what I help people with because of my own story, my own path. And now my mother's 85. She will say to me all the time, I didn't raise you this way. And she didn't. But you can transcend, you can change, you can step into becoming the person that you're created to be. You don't have to have past traumas and everything rule your life. You don't. If you have a relationship that's not working, instead of getting rid of the relationship, begin to work on your life. And you change, and it'll be amazing when you change, your relationship changes. People often think, oh, I'm going to get rid of a relationship, it's not working. Well, it's 50-50. What is your part of the relationship not working? And when you step into that, oh my goodness, it's a game changer. And then when you begin to change, it's amazing. It calls out a different version of the person that you're with, believe it or not. You rise up, and that person rise up also. So one of the most amazing things to say is when people come and work with me, their spouse will say, you're changing. And women will come and say, he began doing things in ways he never did before. Because a lot of women come to me exhausted and depleted. They do everything, not seen, not heard, no romance, no chivalry. And the man will complain there's no sex. Well, why there's no sex? Because she doesn't feel cherished. She doesn't feel honored. She doesn't feel protected. She's doing everything to the point of exhaustion. He comes home, he sits, he watches TV, he's absent. How many of y'all can relate? I know many of you do. He checks out, and she's like, okay, wait a minute. What am I here for? I'm just like doing? There's no nurturing here. And it's a game changer. So, hey, Steve, how are you? So if you guys have questions that I haven't seen, you're going to have to rewrite them. And if Gigi's on the live, I don't know if Gigi's on the live or not, she can pin them up. I'm going off of Facebook right now. I'm just on YouTube and on TikTok right now. Okay, let's see. No one should be a boss. There you go. Hi, Brizo. How are you? Oh, thank you for that. Gigi's on a roll blocking people. Gigi, thanks for being my mod. Love you. Vince, I need to follow up with you on your text message. Brizo, you have lots of questions. I love it. What kind of questions do you have? The other thing is, you guys, you can click on my face, click on my link tree, schedule a time with me. Go to my web and schedule a time. The link at the bottom I know is broken. I'm working on finding a new web designer to give my web a new look and a new feel, new wording. So, but it goes on there. You can be part of the email system. But if you go on the top right, you can also on my web schedule a time with me. So really easy to do. Oh my goodness. Okay. I just read my mod's message. Okay. No drama on my lives. None. None are allowed. Okay. Will do, my friend. So if you guys know, ever since I came back from Africa, I have hypothyroidism. This is one of the things I started using that I forgot. I'm not very consistent at it like I used to be, but this is Lugol's. It looks bad right now because I actually took it to Hollywood the other day and it spilled out in the sealed container, but you can find it on my Amazon store. So I just took a full dropper. And how do you know if you are low in thyroid? Great question. Thanks for asking. So you can just take a little swab. And it does stain, okay, just to let you know. And you can just put it on your wrist, okay? Let it soak in for a few minutes. And what I'll do is I'll put it on both, okay? The quicker it goes away, that's gonna show how deficient you are in it. It's gonna make it orange. Okay, so some of you have hypothyroidism. And if you're on, like me, you do take meds for it. So this is one of the things to do here. But I also have to watch my exercise because of my thyroid. I can't exhaust myself, but it's turned a little orange. Can you guys see it? So the quicker it goes away, the more deficient you are in iodine. So this is what we use at the Gerson Institute that you guys saw if you were on earlier, my certificates for. This is something I use all the time too, you guys. Glutathione. I take it every day. It's really easy to use. You just I love it. It doesn't taste so great, but I've learned a long time ago, doesn't matter if it tastes so great or not, it's just good for you. So oh my goodness, you lost your son. You can't say it on here. Brizo, I want to encourage you, go to my face and go to my link tree and schedule a time with me. Yeah, I'd like to talk not on a social media platform about that. So one of my dear friends on here, daughter passed 3 months ago, so I understand. And sending you, Brizo, he's going through the same thing. So click on my face, click on my link tree, and schedule a time with me. Let's have a conversation. I just talked to someone last night where I go to all the time, this the cannery, and his brother passed in May. I didn't know that. And even though his brother passed of colon issues, he had a lot of the same thing you're talking about there. So that's part of the process when you go through grief, is looking back and you're going, I could have done this, I could have done that, I should have. So come and set up a time with me and let me help you work through that. And I am so sorry, you guys, if you're not following Brizo, at least send him love on here. I can't imagine. That is just horrific. It's one thing to, you know, when you have the passing of a parent, but then when you go with a child, it's totally different. My tongue is purple. Gigi, thanks for doing that. Richia, my heart goes out to you also, my friend. Wow, a lot of children's deaths. I can't say that on here. I want to encourage you also to come and set up a time with me so I can talk to you one-on-one. Because I'd like to know what are you still holding on to? What are the things that you don't feel like you've recovered from? And it's going to be probably more than one thing. Where do you feel it in your body? What's your body holding on to? I'll help you guys go through some releases on that, helping you with the vagal nerve. I can't imagine, you guys. I cannot imagine. One of my clients lost 7 people in 2 years. 7 people. My friend here lost 2. And right before that, he had just broken up with his girlfriend. So really 3 losses. Do you know what your nervous system does? Do you know how to regulate that? You know, one of the first things he said is, you know, I was drinking too much. And he goes, I couldn't snap out of it. You know, one of the things about when I lived in a third world country is that when we were taught when I left the United States to not say see you later, but I said goodbye. And I have 2 grown children. I said goodbye like I was never going to see them again. Because studies show that when you say goodbye and maybe you never see them again because something happened, it's easier on your recovery, on your nervous system, than if you were to say, see you later. We talk about the importance of words. Okay? It's amazing. And this is situations where people haven't even been able to give their last words. So imagine what that does to your nervous system. And it's like, how do you work through that? That's why people come and work with me. So for both of you, my heart goes out to both of you. You guys actually might even connect on here because you've just met somebody who's going through the same heartache as you are. Things happen for a reason. So Richia, you're going to go to, if you're on my, you go to my face, click on my face, and then you're going to see this link right there. It says link tree. You're going to click on my link tree. Release the chains that bind you. You're going to click on that. Say it and it's not going to work. They go release the chains that bind you. And by the way, you guys, if you weren't at the beginning of the live, this is actually frequency that's in alignment with me. I did a voice the other day and it came back and put together the music that I needed for my body. So you're gonna hit I understand here. And then when you do, it's gonna give my calendar. Okay, so that's how you set up a time. The other thing you can do is you can't figure that out. It's totally fine. Just go ahead and send me a message. So did you get that? Did that make sense to you, where to do and where to go? Otherwise, you guys can go to my web. I think, Gigi, do you have my web? Because if you do, we need to just pin it up here. It's Dr. Elisabeth, Elisabe. Here's also my email. You can send me an email if you'd like. And then you can also go to my web, which is .DRELISABETHPR. My name is so long. Princeton. Okay. There's my web. Let's see if I can pin it. Pin this comment. Can't pin this comment. Try later. Pin this comment. Can't pin this comment. You can try later. Well, maybe Gigi can do that because that's wild. Rizzo, thanks for following. Can't pin the comment. Try later. That's wild. I have no idea as to why. Oh, okay. So, Richia, here you go. Here, send me an email there. There you go. Hope that helps. I did, and then I couldn't pin it up. It's the weirdest thing ever. So you guys, welcome to the live. For those of you who don't know, my name is Dr. Elisabeth Princeton, and I help people with health and relationships. I am not a techie person, so when we have technical difficulties, my apology, but I come on here to talk about health and relationships. And the biggest thing is to help people embrace their uniqueness and restore their life. So whether it's you having health issues, whether it's anxiety, depression, PTSD, traumas maybe that you're going through right now, maybe you're having thyroid issues, maybe you have some scares coming up in your health, just like I did 28 years ago when I got diagnosed with a disease called multiple sclerosis. It put me on a holistic path, which is why I spell holistic with a W and not an H. When you spell it with an H, you have a hole in your life. Why do you want a hole in your life? You don't. You spell it with a W because you're whole, perfect, and complete, just as you are and just as you are not. And then people come and talk to me about relationships, whether it's marriages, maybe they're going through a divorce, maybe they just went through a divorce and they're single and they're trying to figure it out and discover who they are because they realize they've had an identity of a mother and a wife or a father, and a husband, and at the end of the day they're like, oh my goodness, my whole life just got yanked from me. I don't know who I am, which is often what happens. I've gone through it, I've been there, and so I never wanted other people to go through that part of their journey. And so years ago I created a brand called Divorced and Dating for a reason, and it's to help people discover their true authentic selves. And even if you have relationship issues right now, maybe you are compromising your integrity and your morals, and you found yourself in a situationship or having an affair, and you're going, I don't know how to release the chains that are binding me. This is what I help people with: restore their life, stand in their greatness, and heal their heart, body, mind, and spirit with dignity, sanity, integrity, and love, and let you know there is another way. So if this is resonating with you, going, I need help, click on my face, click on my link tree, and schedule a time with me, because that is why I'm here on this platform, is to help people restore their life. So, so you guys, this has been amazing. Being on TikTok today and then on YouTube, I can honestly say I really like YouTube. You guys have been great over here. I want to say thank you for joining me on my first live ever on YouTube, and look forward to coming here more. I will actually need to put a schedule out so that we can go over there. So if you are on YouTube, please go follow me over there. I'm able to go live on there now, which has been a huge blessing. And if you're on my Facebook, please go follow me there, or on Instagram, go follow me there. If you need help with your life, click on my face, click on my face, click on my link tree, schedule a time with me today. Live. Chris is in the house. Chris is in the house. How's Chris doing? I still need to take time to cut what you did and put on my social media platforms. I have not had time, my friend, but thanks for being here. It's gonna be my weekend to finish up my taxes. I did do an extension, so that's where I am, along with gain loss, in regards to what you guys saw earlier that I brought out of my storage unit as I'm trying to get my storage unit down. So anyway, love you guys. If you need help, that's what I'm here for. And Gigi, thanks for being here and being supportive. And I'll send you a message about someone. Okay? Okay, kisses, you guys. Have a great evening. God bless.